Got the ScanGauge II we're going to throw on the Excursion here. Super easy to install and gives you a lot of things you can monitor, as you can see there. You can also check if you get codes, what it's showing you. I'm putting this on here mainly to watch transmission temperatures when towing, but it does a lot of other cool things too. So do a quick unboxing and install here, and then we'll kind of go through some of the features. Not a whole lot in the package. You get the gauge itself, you get the wire to connect to the OBD2 port, some Velcro, just stick it on the dash, and a little manual, and that's it. There are different mounts for different vehicles on this where they can suction to the windshield or mount to the A-pillar and things like that as well. I'm fine with just Velcroing mine to the dash like I've done in the past. I'm all about clean wiring and stuff like that. I don't like wires all over the place, so it just plugs into the OBD2 port, and then I ran it up here. There's a nice spot behind this panel. You can kind of zip tie. Curled up the extra inside there, zip tied it again, brought it over right there underneath that little piece of trim, ran it underneath, just push it back into the weather stripping all the way up the door, have it come out. It can follow that little curve in the dash and then run right to the back of it, keeping the extra down here behind this panel instead of up on the dash. Alright, so I've got it set up with some of the gauges, a lot of different options on here you can run through for each corner, each spot here. I am not seeing the transmission temperature, so it's probably one I'm going to have to go in and punch in a code for, so I'm going to look that up right now. I went to ScanGauge's website here, found the transmission fluid temperature and all of the codes you need to punch in, so I printed that off to make it easy for me. Now we're going to go over to the gauge, click the red button to go to home, go to more. Sorry, actually, nope. More. Mode. X gauge. That's where you go to add gauges. Okay, X gauge 0. You can flip through which gauge position you're filling right here. Doesn't matter which one we fill. Tells you which ones are already full there. So we can do 1 is fine. Edit. Okay, it tells you to enter your TXD number. TXD number I have right there. So you're going to use these buttons plus. Oh, it's dying on me. Let me start the vehicle here. TXD number. So I've got C. Scroll through all the numbers here, get to letter C, and go over to get to the next space. 410, 4, next space 1, next space 0. That whole number plugged in, you hit OK. It's going to take you to the RXF number. Again, go back to my sheet. RXF number is right there. So once you get through punching in all those different numbers, then it's going to ask you to name it. So for this one, I'm going to do T F T, which is what they recommend naming it. It's transmission fluid temperature. I'm fine with that. That makes sense to me. So I hit OK. I'm going to hit save. Exit, go back to home, go back to gauge, and then change one of these. Hopefully it's going to be there. There we go. Now I've got transmission fluid temperature. There's a lot of different gauges you can add to this. I don't know which 4 I'll set mine on yet. I know transmission fluid temperature in these is a big deal, especially when pulling, and I live up in the mountains, so when pulling through the mountains, I'll probably look at some forums and groups and stuff like that specific to excursions to see what people recommend keeping an eye on. But if you have any questions on anything, leave a comment. Happy to help when I can.